Good morning, this is Pastor Blake here coming to you from the sanctuary at Faith Community Church. Thanks for joining us as we walk through the Psalms together. Today we're up to Psalm 84. We're trying to read 4 a day. But this psalm is a psalm that is focused on God's presence, particularly as it is experienced at the temple. So it begins like this: how lovely is your dwelling place. Now, right away, we should know that when it talks about God's dwelling place, we're talking about the temple in the day of the psalmist. But it becomes even more clear in verses 2, 3, 4, and down in verse 10, where it talks about the courts of the Lord, your altar, your house. And then back in verse 10, better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. So the psalmist is talking about a special way in which he encounters God at the temple. Now, God was not confined to the temple, but he chose to allow his presence to be there in a unique way. He's the God of all the world, of all creation, of the heavens, and of all of earth. But he chose to be there for a season in a very unique way. So what the psalmist is saying is how much it means to him when he goes into that place and is able to encounter God. So here these words are all talking to us about the temple. But the temple is not an end in and of itself. It is a means to an end. It is where we encounter God. And in this day and age, the temple doesn't exist. The temple was destroyed in 70 AD and doesn't exist. But God chose to reveal himself, manifest himself in Jesus Christ. And so in a sense, we could say the same kind of longing, how lovely it is to encounter you in Jesus. All of these things could be pointing us into a time alone with Jesus in his word and in prayer. Matter of fact, at verse 5, it then moves on to talk about pilgrimage, because not only were the people who lived in Jerusalem, but people from all over, at least 3 times a year, and on special occasions like to make a vow or to dedicate a child, they would make great effort to come to this place. And so he's even encouraging them to have strength to come, because it's worth it to encounter God. The one thing I want to just leave you with is verse 10. Better is one day in your house than 1,000 elsewhere. Better is one day in the presence of Jesus than 1,000 elsewhere. And some of us try to find satisfaction in 1,000 different places. We go here, we go there, we're looking for all sorts of things. But the psalmist is reminding us, better is one day, one moment when we truly encounter Jesus. And so if you're hungering and thirsting for meaning, for significance, for hope, and you're all over the place in 1,000 directions, I just want to encourage you to remember that the deep joy and peace comes from encountering God in Jesus Christ. God bless you.